Alright, everybody, I want to welcome you to the Week 7 Cult of Larry Draft League Season 2 recaps. I'm Dr. Geo, with me is...
Hysterically.
And we're going to be updating you on all the action, all the happenings, all the matches that happened in Week 7. We finally caught up. We have a few new faces joining us for this week and the rest of the season. But we have a lot to cover today, so I think without further ado, we're going to just jump into the content. So we have a few featured matches, which we'll go into further detail on, but we're going to cover every match. So let's just get into it. Up first, we have the Moody Marshadows, coached by Blue, going up against the Oops All Whoopers, coached by Kelpo. So here on the... Oops, there we go. There we go. Here on the Moody Marshadow side, we have the Slowking Galar, the Suicune, Clefable, Tornadus Therian, Mega Garchomp, and Hisuian Gudra.
And on Kelpo's side, we have Dragapult, Slowbro, Victini, Blissey, Amoonguss, and Rhyperior.
I love Rhyperior, man. I'm always
I
afraid
wish it was
to use
better.
it. Yeah. But so this is a neat matchup where I'm looking at this and I'm seeing a lot of difficulties to like take down the Suicune. Like Rhyperior is like your best bet offensively, oddly enough, or even Victini with Bolt Strike. But like it's so bulky and it can just like Calm Mind behind a sub. But like conversely, like that almost doesn't get through Blissey. Like maybe it does eventually. Or Slowbro for that matter, because Scald Ice Beam's your coverage for that.
And Blissey's not gonna care about either of those.
Well, you will eventually break through as long as you get up to max. Because with the burn damage, you will break through. It may take a little bit.
Hisuian Gudra is a little bit of an issue to break too. Like you have the Victini, but that hits like neutral, and then you have like I guess Rhyperior.
Rhyperior's probably your best bet to break through it. So Rhyperior's gonna be the one that has to break. It can get through.
This team is just so thick.
Yeah, both these teams are really thick actually. So like your offense needs to be Victini, Dragapult, Rhyperior, and like if you fall behind a little bit, like Clef and Gudra can handle the Dragapult. Suicune can probably handle Victini and Garchomp to a certain extent. I mean, it has Glaciate, so it's not perfect. Maybe even Hisuian Gudra can handle it. I'm not sure without seeing the Decreate calc right in front of me. But anywho, these are whoever breaks first, they'll probably win the match, because then you just cycle through and eventually everything starts to fall. So let's see what happens. It's a 6-0, and it's kind of what happened, actually. I can't remember what Mon was first to go down, if it was the Pult or the Victini.
No, Pult was the last one to die.
Okay. Something went down pretty early, and at that point, Kelpo tried to stay in the match, but you could tell they were running out of steam really quickly. And they were never going to be able to break the Slowking, Clefable, Torn, or and once that happened, it was just a matter of switching around until you got the favorable matchups to get the KOs you need.
Yeah, just too thick, couldn't break it, and then lost its breakers and didn't have anything left. Kind of could have went the other way too, though. So it's just Blue had the upper hand.
The 6-0 would imply that it was a stomp, and it was just Kelpo lost the first piece.
Yeah.
Well done. Let's check out the next matches between Mike CW and Jeg57. So here, the Northern Pokemon, they're rocking the Mew, Darmanitan, Mega Blastoise, Kommo-o, Swellow, and Alolan Muck.
And the Portland Pincers have the Urshifu Single Strike, Diancie, Mega Ampharos, Tangela, Volcarona, and Corviknight.
I love that he keeps bringing Mega Ampharos. It's so cool.
It's a mon I've always wanted to use because I just love it,
I'm
but
fairly
I've never like been
confident
able to
it's
fit it
terrible.
into a team.
Like Jag's getting some wins with it, but I'm fairly confident it's actually terrible.
Yeah, it's really slow and
It
it has
doesn't.
good attack, but
Its ability's not all that great for what it is.
no.
So this is in a little bit of a tough place for the team. Mega Blastoise is like your Volcarona check, along with like Alola Muck. Deontay needs to hold back the Komodo. Maybe Darmanitan, that's kind of sketchy. Ampharos can't. Darmanitan kind of just
Yeah, there's really no
runs.
Darm check here.
Yeah, Darm kind of runs train over this team. Like, get rocks up early and hope for the best. Like, just limit to what it can do.
But then like even like Mega Blastoise, I guess you have Ampharos to keep it in check.
I don't know if it can
Yeah, I don't
switch
think Mega
in
Blastoise is good
to
here.
it. Like Blastoise just kind of needs like water coverage and ice coverage, and it's set.
Yeah.
So let's see what
Urshifu
happens.
has a fairly bad matchup too.
Yeah, Urshifu's tough into it, and Komodo takes 5 KOs because we didn't talk about it. But yeah, Komodo is a great matchup here. And then
Yeah, I believe it was Scale Shot and then
SD Scale Shot. Yep.
And
With Drain Punch, so it can always sustain itself against the Corf.
yeah,
So
I think Urshifu was Scarfed, I want to say. So
it was Scarfed, but like even banded, it wasn't gonna likely.
right, but I'm just saying
KO.
like because the Scale Shot outsped it and then he just got rolled by a Drain Punch. I think he switched in DNC, but it couldn't take 2. Like it was just.
We also
Tangle
saw.
was doing like 3% with Giga Drains. It just
Yeah,
wasn't.
we
It wasn't
saw.
a good.
We saw a slow Volcarona because Jag thought Komodo wasn't gonna come, so it was crept to the next slowest thing. So that was a little unfortunate, but it wouldn't have mattered because Psychic didn't KO anyway. So, well done to Mike. It was looking a little rough there until Komodo was like, no, boys, I got this. All right, next we have the Bleak Wing Therians, coached by GDP, going up against Danger Frogs, coached by Froggy104.
Which is a new addition to the Initiate.
Yeah,
division.
so let's see how they were able to do. So here on GDP's side, we have Tapu Fini, Registeel, Lando T, Mega Venusaur, Infernape, and Uxie.
And for Froggy 104, we have Garchomp, Thundurus, Skarmory, Araquanid, Mega Gardevoir, and Silvally.
So the Fini, if you can get rid of the Araquanid, Fini can have a pretty good time here. Araquanid's so bulky that like Fini's all sets, like you need 2 or 3 Calm Minds to like really start doing any damage to it, because it'll block all your water attacks, and
Right.
like unless you're running Calm Mind Moonblast, but
Bug resist
possible.
Fairy, doesn't it?
Other way around, Fairy resist Bug.
Fairy resist Bug.
But like
Everyone says Bug should resist Fairy.
Would help. Give it something to do. But yeah, the Araquanid's just kind of can sit in front of Tapu Fini, and depending on the set, like can really get back at it. Poison Jab, Infestation, like Rest, Recover type deals. Mirror Coats. I think there's a lot the Araquanid can do to kind of mess with the Fini. Registeel can have a tough time. Like Mega Gardevoir doesn't want to deal with it, but like Garchomp does fine. Thundurus can deal
You
with
just
it
have to watch out for like
ways.
counter on Garchomp.
This looks like a great Thundurus game, actually. Like you've got Psychic for Mega Venusaur,
And Infernape.
and Infernape. Thunderbolt hits everything, except for Lando, which I guess you don't care because you're also going to hit it with like the +2 Psychic. So that looks pretty cool. GDP is gonna have to depend on like Scarf Lando and Scarf Infernape to kind of get through while getting in the chip with like Mega Venusaur and Uxie. I don't think like Crit Me Not Tapu Fini is gonna get you through this game. It's gonna be really hard at least. Let's see what happens. And yeah,
Silvally
it's not quite that.
One of the
Silvally
mons
pops
we
off.
didn't mention.
It's hard to talk about Silvally because in like an instance like this, like I'll be honest, without knowing off the top of my head the rest of the mons GDP has, like how you even prep your Silvally. I know for a fact though this Silvally was like a Flame Charge Sword Stance set.
Yeah.
So, but it was mixed,
set up and...
so it was running Ice Beam too. So like it was mixed for
I want
the
to say it was Silvally Water.
I don't remember.
I don't either. It looked blue when I watched the replay.
Maybe it was flying. It was flying for the Mega Venusaur.
That makes sense. Mega Venusaur and Infernape.
Yep. But it also had Ice Beam coverage for the Lando and Flame Charge for Registeel. So.
And I think it got toxic, and that was how it died, or burnt, or something.
Eventually, right at the end.
Yeah.
Like, by Uxie.
Yeah.
But I mean, Uxie didn't get the KO, but it set it up. It's a really cool set. Really great way to kick off your time in the league, Froggy. Love to see it.
Yeah, big win for the new team.
Next we have our featured match between Omnic and Shark. So take a look at their logos, remember them, we'll be coming back to it. Alright, next we have the match between the Detroit Dumpster Kittens, coached by HXRT, and the Hopes Peak Deoxys, coached by Josh. You see what we got here on HXRT's side. We have the Kyurem, the Swampert, the Togekiss, Mega Scizor, Incineroar, and Hitmontop.
And for Josh and the Hopes Peak Deoxys, there's a Steelix, Mandibuzz, Latios, Jellicent, Porygon 2, and Mega Mawile.
It's a super bulky team from Joshua again. Like
a little more offensive presence, I guess. Not really. I think last week was just the Latios, right? And now we're
in the Mega Mawile. It was the same.
So yeah,
right, I think
very bulky
Jellicent
team.
was something else though. But Jellicent's kind of cool. Like Jellicent can sit in front of Swampert. It can kind of sit in front of Mega Scizor, depending on if it has knockoff or not. I'd assume it would.
But like, you don't want to risk Scizor getting burnt either.
Yeah. So and it has Energy Ball for Swampert.
Kyurem seems to have a really good matchup here.
Yeah, it does.
Like Earth Power Freeze Dry kind of just takes out most of the team.
Got to get past the Porygon, but like you have two great knockoff users. Togekiss could always trick or switcheroo a Scarf with Porygon.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of like that. Like you kind of need Latios to pop off here. But maybe also can get some like Trick Room, Mega Mawile things going on. So let's see what happens. And Josh is able to take this. Mega Mawile gets 2 kills, Porygon gets 2 kills. This is madness. Yeah, and it's just kind of what happens. It wasn't Trick Room, but Mega Mawile gets 2 good KOs. Don't think it was subsets, but like it's able to KO like the Swampert and something else, and once those went down, like Latios came in, it was like just getting kills left, right, center, or just breaking things. But the Porygon was, Josh, you'll have to remind me on this because I want to say it was like analytic Porygon, so
I believe he got a para off on a Tri-Attack as well.
Yeah, and so like he's doing some damage on those switch-ins to Porygon. So it was a cool match. Well done, guys. Like to see it. Alright, next. This was a forfeit match, but this is someone who's joining us. Or maybe not a forfeit match. It has a chance to be made up still. But this is PokeStee, coached by Stee. His team is... I put in the wrong name. It's not actually PokeStee. His team is like Mrs. Ketchum,
Mrs. Ketchum, 7 Evil X's.
So Whatever.
Yeah, official name Mrs. Ketchum 7 Evil X's.
Oh goodness, I love it. All right, last and certainly not least, this is your match between the Eccleshell Entes, coached by Farmer, and your Delaware Dodgerios, coached by you.
Yeah,
So here on the Entei side,
match.
we have Entei himself, Mega Lopunny, Blastoise, Slurpuff, Landorus, and Regieleki.
And on my team, we have the Scizor, the Gliscor, the Mega Gallade, Lantern, Porygon, and Greninja.
You want to take me through a little bit of the thought processes on this match?
Farmer Fox has an incredibly fast team with like 6 Mons over base 105, so I was like, man, I'm gonna run Trick Room. And on the last second, I switched it out to Thunder Wave because I was like, that seems more sustainable. Blastoise really screwed me up, and I was like, Lantern can handle it, it's fine. And just hope for the best. I was worried about Slurpuff, but didn't really do anything to fix that. I was like, Bullet Punch from Scizor will be fine. I don't need anything else. And both of those things almost bit me in the butt.
Was it a Belly Drum Slurpuff?
It was a Belly Drum Slurpuff.
Fun.
But I landed a Toxic on it, as you'll see in a minute, and things happened. So we had a Shell Smash Blastoise and a Belly Drum Slurpuff come.
Ooh.
And I didn't like it.
Yeah, it's a nice 2-0, but Mega Glade comes through.
Yeah, it was the Mon that Farmer Fox didn't really have an answer for. I just needed to keep it healthy-ish and click
Slurpuff's
moves.
like his one answer.
Yeah, and it was a Gliscor Slurpuff. Both died on the same turn.
How did you get the Regieleki down? Was it Gliscor?
I think it switched in and took like a close combat or something on switch in.
Yeah, that'll do it. So cool. Well done. This was actually a really exciting match. You all should check it
Gren
out.
took out Blastoise, Gliscor took out Slurpuff, and then Gallade did the rest.
Alright, now we're going to move over into our featured match. This is between Shark Finnegan and Omnic Fenrir. So here on Shark's side, we have the newly acquired Haxorus, the Zapdos, the Mega Slowbro, Roserade, Ursaluna, and Spectre.
And on Omnic Fenrir's side, we have the Melmetal, the Zeraora, the Mega Diancie, I think?
Yeah.
Krookodile, Vaporeon, and Rotom Heat.
So this is kind of nice to me. I see the Haxorus, and if the Krook's a bit of a problem, but that's only because it has Intimidate. Like with Mold Breaker, Rotom ain't nothing. You have Earthquake, you don't care. Like actually, this team gets wrecked by Earthquake. This is like Haxorus's game.
Yeah.
Just keep it healthy enough that you can get the boosts you need and go to town.
And then keep in mind there's an Ursaluna in the back to clean up anything else because that thing can probably
Or
one
just
shot.
do the initial break, like with Ursaluna.
Yeah. True.
Like
It just doesn't have the benefit of Mold Breaker to take out the Rotom.
Facade isn't gonna care.
Yeah, it's gonna do
Now, on the other side of it, got like what switches into Mega Diancie here? No, nothing really.
Nothing really,
wants
yeah.
to take a Moonblast. I mean, so Roserade can take a Moonblast, but it can't take the follow-up Diamond Storm. I'm sure if you're super defensive you can, but like, then you're a super defensive Roserade, so
Then you're
play
not
around
going
now.
to do much back.
What?
Then you won't go, like if you're running like fully invested defensive Rosary, you're not going to hit back very hard.
Yeah. The nice thing about the Haxorus matchup this game is that even if you like start going early and you trade it for Krook, once Krook's down, there's nothing really stopping this Ursaluna.
Yeah, no, it's
Sorry,
a very
not
good.
Ursaluna, Spectre. Spectre is what I meant to say.
I mean, both really. Like if Ursaluna doesn't get intimidated, it's just going to destroy everything.
Yeah. So let's check it out. Let's get into the match. We're gonna play it on normal speed. 3, 2, 1. Alright, so we have a Roserade lead, Rotom Heat. We pull in the Rain Dance. What am I
Lane dance.
watching?
Resurrect.
I, I
For the
can dig it for the Zapdos.
the Wapdos sweep, I guess, is the plan.
All right, so you're running Weather Ball? No, just Hurricane. Wait, I hope it's 3 attacks. But we're gonna just roost out of Weather here, huh? Yeah, that's fine.
Big risk on the EQ there and the freeze.
It was big freeze, actually. Alright, Melmetal does it. Takes out the Weather. Ain't no more Weather. Cool. Nice double Iron Bash, just stay in. Like you're here. The substitute's a little silly because you're at such low health with Melmetal. There's no reason to really keep it alive there. Alright, yeah, Zapdos goes down.
Now you can kind of just let Axorus go to work for a little bit.
Not quite enough on its own. Oh, we're trading Toxic, so it wasn't a wish, so something's got to take damage, and
It's gonna be the Rotom.
I don't think that was the sack. I'm gonna guess forgot about Mold Breaker. Omnic, if you're watching this, let me know. I'm curious. It kind of did what you needed to there. You got the speed drop from Rock Tomb. I'm guessing that allowed. Oh, it doesn't matter. Wait, it's Spectre? Oh, trading it for a burn, I guess. It's real weird.
Zable's made a couple clutch plays so far in this game.
I
It's
guess.
the death drop on the Shadow Ball.
It's not looking too good for Shark.
No, I mean Ursaluna's still there, full health. Broseph here.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh, we're beginning the setup. Oh, I think you need to go into the... if he's physical though, the Plasma Fists aren't gonna do the damage you need. Oh no, he's going for
This
Amnesia.
is the worst. Amnesia.
Do you
Iron
know that Plasma
Defense,
Fists? You got a
Body
Plasma Fist.
press, rest.
You
I
click
guess
on it.
hoping for the. I don't know why.
Yeah,
The
there's
low,
no
the
reason
low
to click
BP knockoff.
Yeah, at this point, he's just gonna stay in on everything. Oh no. Okay, I
Plus
think we
6
can kind of
for
see where
that.
this is gonna go. I'm gonna click on fast. So we're gonna have to go through one more turn of rest here, I guarantee it. Yeah,
Yeah.
and you can't crit. This is the most damage you're ever gonna do.
Plus 6. Body press. Mega Slowbro.
Yeah, you're gonna wake up.
Full sleep as well.
Yep. Okay.
Knockoff did 4. Yeah.
Oh, that's fine.
Absolutely disgusting Slowbro set.
Ugh, I hate to see it. Shark. To quote Michelle Obama, be better.
Now I just have to pray I miss Shark in playoffs if we both get there.
Seriously. So it's right back into our initiate standings. So we have developed a nice little playoff race in our hands. I think 2 people kind of stand above the rest and are 100% secure, and that's Mike and Shark. They're both at 6-1.
High
They're
differential.
guaranteed playoffs. Because even though there's a bunch of teams here that like are also 4-3 and in theory could catch them in standings, there's no way they're gonna catch up in differential, like realistically. So
Yeah,
they're secure.
like
I would
The max
say
swing is 24, which I guess
it's theoretically possible.
Yeah,
Realistically,
theoretically
it's going to be like a
possible,
swing
but-
of like 6 to 10.
right.
So realistically, you're not locked in, but you're looking.
I'm in
like a high
good shape.
probability. Pardon?
I'm in good shape.
Yeah, you're in good shape.
High win total, low differential, lot of 2-0 wins.
Which brings us to all of our 4 and 3 friends. It's pretty much winning in for the rest of your season. You could very well miss it at 5 and 4 the way things are going, because we also have 2 other teams kind of poking at the bottom at 3 and 4, and even Steve could make a little bit of a run for it right here at the end. So nothing's free now, and people could always be playing spoiler as well. So this is super tight finish. Week 8's gonna make a lot of divisions here, so we just need to see how that shakes out. Let's jump over the kill leaders, because we've had some interesting developments over here. We have a new Mon up in the 10KO club, and that's your Mega Glade.
Yeah, went with the 4-0 this week. It has the second best differential in the division now, behind the 9-0 Como.
Yeah, so you've got Como at 9-0, you got Glade, Spectre, Zero Aura. Blastoise is chilling up here with 8 KOs. That's really freaking cool. Everything else kind of makes sense except for Mega Slowbro at 7-0.
7-0.
Oh my gosh. Not even all that mad, but like, what are you gonna do?
A lot of people say Zero Aura is bad, but it's 10-4, so...
Yeah, Zero Aura isn't bad. It's a tough mon to use. But, so there you have it, that's Initiate. We're gonna take this time, we're gonna go right back into Gary. So, let's get into Gary's matches. We're not doing that match first. Alright, so first up, we have this match here between the Midwestern Moltres, coached by Pro Shuriken, and Ohio, coached by Zeke. This is week 7, and I'm still laughing at the name. Let's see what they brought.
Good old Ohio.
Here on Shuriken's side, we have the Mega Fidget, Infernape, the Rotom-Mow, Mew, Landorus Therian, and Hisuian Goodra.
And battling for Ohio, we have Tornadus, Tapu Koko, Venusaur Mega, Rapid Strike Urshifu, Seismitoad, and Mandibuzz.
So, Zeke's kind of playing his own game here again. Like, he goes for manual weather again, and I know normally
true
we talk
Ohio
about like
way.
how the matchups could look, but like Zeke's doing this manual weather stuff, so I'm going to talk about that. And so he gets Seismitoad in the ring, which is fine. Like, it has a great matchup as long as you can always get the Ice Punches in on Rotom-Mow when it comes in. Because if you don't, life gets really hard for you, and you have to then, like, you know, survive the Leaf Storm. So in this match, like, you're only gonna get like 2 rains because Tornadus is gonna die because it's a Tornadus. It can't take any hits to save its life, right? So can you make enough damage with Seismitoad in the rain such that Koko and Urshifu can, like, you know, save the day? And the answer, if you take a close look, is maybe. Like, if it's Scarf Urshifu, you know, Gudra's always a
Urshifu
problem
does
for
not
all
have a
this.
great matchup here either.
It's pretty decent.
It's like half and half.
If it's a bulky Mew, you're gonna struggle with it, but you can always U-turn if it's Scarf. So we're gonna take a look at what happens, and it's a 2-0 for Shuriken, and yeah, I mean, I was just kind of describing it because it's like, I don't want to talk about all this stuff to just then turn around and say, well, yeah, Tornadus was setting weather again, and Seismitoad did its best to break a few things, but it just, like, wasn't enough by the time things were broken. Like, there were a few good switches into Rotom, and then like Mew and Gudra, and just kind of blunted the Rain Assault, and eventually Tornadus goes down, you don't have the rain, and like Liquidation all of a sudden isn't breaking things like Mew that you want it to. Look, it's
And
a
you're
lot.
just praying for some defense drops and
Yeah, and it gets a lot tougher.
Chunked down all at the same time.
So, well done for Shuriken to hold on. Like, it's not nothing to hold on against that type of assault. But, okay. Our next match, this is actually a featured match. So, between... I need to fix this right now. It's not Crimity, it's Crimfinity. Yeah. Alright, so this is between Crimfinity and Iris. This is one of our featured matches, so we'll take a closer look at it later. Here we have our next match. This is the Boston Bidoofs, coached by Not Caden, someone new to the league, going up against the Waikato Chestnuts, coached by Liger. Let's see what was brought. Here on Boston's side, we have the Dragapult, the Rotom Wash, the Ursaluna, Incineroar, Jirachi, and Weezing.
And for Liger, we have the Mega Scizor, the Chestnut, the Milotic, Latias, Tyranitar, and Gliscor.
So, alright, you need to blunt the Ursaluna. There's no Trick Room mode here, so like, it's kind of nice. And I think Chestnut does a pretty decent job at stopping Ursaluna.
Yes,
like
because
you can do Rocky
does
Helmet.
not.
Yeah, you can do Rocky Helmet, Spiky Shield, Drain Punch, and I think you can outlast the Ursaluna, or at least make it die on you. So you're kind of forced into other things to deal with it. Or even if you get like the Leech Seed up on Ursaluna, then you just Spiky Shield, it takes damage, it takes more damage. It's nasty. Dragapult has kind of a fun game. It can get Pursuit trapped by T-Tar if it's early game though, so you gotta watch out for that. Rotom Wash, like, it looks decent. I guess Latias kind of just sits in front of Rotom Wash unless it's toxic. Same thing on Weezing. Weezing's here to stop Scizor, but like you turn with Scizor into Latias, and then Jirachi has to come in. So
Weezing can kind of check Chestnut as well for the Ursaluna.
Kinda. Like if it's a Leech Seed site and you switch into Leech Seed, then like Gliscor or something can just come in for free on Weezing. It doesn't care. It's gonna heal back like 30-some%. So let's see what happens here. I think this is a really tough match for Not Caden because there's no way to get the Ursaluna in to like really do damage. It's even like the Melodic is gonna nearly KO with a Scald back, and it won't necessarily die. And
Very close match.
Pretty close match, yeah. And what I just described actually happens. Like, it comes down to the Ursaluna. The Ursaluna's trying its best to hold on, but Melodic is able to clutch it out by living a Facade and just boop, hits it with the Scald, and it lives. Gliscor is able to pick up a few KOs, same with T-Tar, and Liger moves on with a 1-0 victory.
Congrats.
For our next match, this is another featured match. The matches aren't too long for Disciple this week, so we wanted to do two, because there's something really cool in this match, or it's cool to me at least. And so when you make the video, you get to put in what you think is cool. So we're gonna take a look at that in a minute. We're gonna move on. Here we now have the Phoenix Solgaleos, coached by DD12345, going up against the Denton Zoroarks, coached by Spirit Union. Here on Phoenix's side, we have the Mega Gallade, the Zoroark, Tapu Fini, Excadrill, Lycanroc Dusk, and Zapdos.
And for the Zoroark, we have Garchomp, Slowking, Corviknight, Mega Charizard Y, Chansey, and Decidueye.
So Zoroark, this is another Zoroark week where, like, on paper, it's pretty good getting the jump on things, like the Ice Beam for Chomp. You've got Flamethrower for Corv, Dark Pulse for Slowking, and Decidueye. Like, you're never gonna hit Chansey with anything, but also you're never gonna like it's up to Spirit Union, like especially turn 1 to kind of decide, is this Zoroark or not? Like, do I stick with my game plan or don't I? Or if you send out something like Corviknight, then it's gonna live a flamethrower. It does, like, it's Corviknight, and then you'll probably KO in return.
Right.
This is also a great week for Mega Charizard Y. Like, it's a bit spooky. Beanie can't handle Solar Beam spam. So something like has to die to force in Lycanroc to Cell Rocket out. Or, I guess it doesn't have to. It is faster, right? Yeah, it's like 107 speed. Something weird like that. But like, Lycanroc Dusk has a pretty good game. Play rough, Garchomp. After SD, can do some damage to Corviknight.
Yeah, Lycanroc Dusk is 110 and Charizard Y is 100.
Yeah, so I like the Lycanroc Dusk this game. If you get some chip on the Corviknight, then like you Sword Stance, and then Stone Edge is like going to town on it.
Scarf Decidueye gives it a little bit of problems.
Yeah, but if it's not Scarf, then like Crunch will take it out, no problem.
Yeah.
Like you can run Crunch, Play Rough, Stone Edge, Sword Stance, and be just fine. So
honestly, Scarf Decidueye looks okay in general for like Lycanroc, Tapu Fini, Excadrill.
Yeah. Let's see what happened. And Lycanroc Dusk is able to clutch it out. It was looking a little suspect at first because Fini wasn't able to check the Zard Y. Zoroark's able to pick up a kill, but like I think, was it Scarf Decidueye this week?
I
think
don't know off the top of my head.
I think it was. So it was coming in revenging, or it was just like a really fast one, and it was like a slow Excadrill. So Excadrill comes in to like hits it barely, but like Decidueye was faster than it. So I think it was a fast Decidueye at the very least. So it was a really cool match. It's worth checking out to see the reverse Lycanroc sweep. So I'd recommend it to all. Alright, here we have the Chelsea Chestnuts, coached by Waka, going up against the Lean Lanoons, coached by Rock. Here on Waka's team, we have the Tornadus Therian, the Obstagoon, the Mega Slowbro, Rotom Heat, Kartana, and Komodo.
And for Rock, we have Greninja, Thundurus Therian, Mega Mawile, Sarina, Slowbro, and Nidoking.
Yeah, Slowbro action. So this is an interesting matchup. Obstagoon, feeling no pain this match. Like regular Mawile is almost like you're switching to it, and I know you've got the close combat, but like you'll be able to take some. Although this is a good week for like Nidoking. Like Thunderbolt may be your only way to take down the Mega Slowbro. Because I know you have the Tornadus and the Greninja, but those mons are like too obvious. You're never gonna leave it in on those. So this is like actually a very offensive matchup where
this is not a Waka team at all. Like it's
super offensive.
Way too offensive for him.
Like Kartana is looking pretty cool.
Yeah, because like nothing wants to switch in. I guess Serena maybe, but like even then, it's like
Synthesis Serena. I guess is the only way to stay healthy against the Kartana. But eventually you're gonna get through with like Smart Strikes. So it's always a guessing game between what move it's gonna be, because you can kind of assume it's a Scarf because you have a Greninja. So let's conversely, like Tornadus Therian is looking pretty good this game too, because it has Psychic for like the Komodo. Kartana's silly and it's gonna die to a Focus Blast, I guess. Yeah, Tornadus Therian.
Doesn't Kartana have like
scary.
30 special defense? It's gonna die to most things.
It dies to a lot of resisted special moves too. Waka is able to take this 4-0. And yeah, Obstagoon just keeps putting in this work week after week after week, and like Kartana did too, but staying on Obstagoon. again. It's really hard. Waka's making me a believer of the Obstagoon.
Strong Gutsman go burr.
Exactly. So, well done by Waka. It was a nice try by Rock. Obstagoon's just too strong, showing the power of Guts Facade in action.
Buff off, the Obstagoon's gonna have like 2 extra points next year.
At this rate, yeah. Alright, next we have the Vancouver Pavilions, coached by Soul, going up against the Kansas City Cleavers, coached by egotistical Elekid. So here on Soul's side, we have the Mega Deontay, the Galarian Zapdos, the Victini, Porygon 2, Whimsicott, and Ferrothorn.
For the Kansas City Cleavers, we have Tapu Lele, Latios, Celesteela, Volcanion, Zygarde 50%, and Melmetal.
So, I really like Zapdos here. I think this is a matchup where U-turn spam feels really strong. You get in like Victini, and maybe this could even be a cool week for like mixed Victini, so you can just like spam Bolt Strike until Zygarde comes in.
Mm-hmm. And then hit a Glaciate.
Yeah, then Glaciate. I don't know where you need to be. It's can't Oko Zygarde even if it was specs. I don't believe, because it's a 55 base power move. But
Aside from like Bolt Strike Victini though, Volcanion has a really good matchup too.
yeah, Volcanion looks pretty dope. Gonna need like Zapdos to hit it really hard, or Mega Deontay with probably Diamond Storm. I don't think you want to play around if it's an AV Volcanion.
Mm-hmm.
For Elekid though, he's gonna struggle to get through this Porygon. Like a setup Celesteela can really be hindered by Porygon. It just needs to like T-wave it, and it's weird. Same thing with Latios. So I think Elekid really has to get the Porygon down, and then he can start going to town with his game plan. Zygarde needs Whimsicott and Ferrothorn down. So this is a tough matchup for Elekid.
Yeah, I agree.
So let's see. Yeah,
It plays out like a tough match.
Victini gets 3 KOs, and it's kind of as we said. Celesteela isn't able to break through Porygon, while Porygon's able to like spread some paralysis with Discharge. Ferrothorn gets like a crucial KO on the Zygarde. The Zygarde D-dances into Ferrothorn, but the Ferrothorn was running Gyro Ball this week, so it's like you're only making me stronger here in your Zygarde, so you can't actually kill me. But Victini was Bolt Strike, and it was doing a ton of damage. So there was like real early on in the match, like Volcanion was at like 75%. I think it was sub. Yeah, but like I'm like 75% live with Bolt Strike, and then you see the Bolt Strike come out, and it's like, oh no, that's silly of me. Why would it? So well done by Soul, keeping the win streak alive. We're gonna pop into these featured matches though. So this first match here is between Helix and Edster. Here on Helix's side, we have the Zeraora, the Dhelmise, Kleavor, Landorus Incarnate. This is a Mega Gyarados, and Heatran.
And for Edster, he has the Clefable, the Mega Metacham,
Yeah.
Nidoqueen, Crobat, Heliolisk, and Haxmonkey Rillaboom.
Haxmonkey's looking fun this game. Like, I guess Kleavor is a decent enough stop to it. I don't know. Like, whatever. Let's get into the match, because this is a pretty cool match. So, we're on normal speed. 3, 2, 1, go. So we have the Heatran going up against the Heliolisk. We don't risk anything, we U-turn out. It's Nidoqueen. Yeah, we're just trading. Like, you resist everything. Ooh, big Poltergeist missed. But I think you're staying in because you want to make sure you keep rocks off the field.
Shut the fuck up, son!
So we have Scarf Eruption here, doing just a ton of damage. You got 2 mons for it. So a nice switch in. Yeah, I have this feeling that the Scarf Eruption was not expected. So we get a knockoff on the Life Orb, so now, you know, you're feeling okay. That's 30% of the damage gone.
Bold.
That's a bold. that was a bold switch in for Gyarados, like, especially because it could have been a Surf. But alright, Grassy Seed, so we're expecting some sort of acrobatics, but no, it's just not enough damage. Big crit. Go back into the Heat Ran. 6%, you're getting base power back every turn on your Eruption. Click it. Just Lava Plume. That's spooky. I don't know if I'd run Lava Plume. I'd probably just run Flamethrower if I was Scarf. Alright, this is like your last chance. I want to see a Sword Stance here. Oh, okay. That's fine too, I guess.
Decent damage from the U-turn.
Yeah. Hyper Voice isn't enough. Knocked off the Scarf, and that's the game. So at this point, Heatran's gonna be able to take the rest of it if for like whatever reason. Yeah, just insult to injury with the burn. That doesn't matter.
Plain body burn for good measure.
And then the Lava Plume. Scarf Heatran showing off to be the MVP. This is how you should be running it, ladies and gentlemen. It's an offensive mon. It has 130 special attack. Use it. Like, none of this, like, look at me, I'm special defensive, putting up rocks. Stop it. It should be doing damage. You know what does more damage than rocks? Eruption. Okay, now we're getting into a little more of the serious match of the week. This is between Iris and Crimfinity. So here on Iris' side, we have the Sylveon, Mega Lopunny, Aegislash, Mamoswine, Hydreigon, and Slowking Galar.
And for Crimfinity, we have the Scizor, Urshifu, Necrozma, Swampert, Swellow, and the A12 Special Raikou.
This is single striker Urshifu. So it's pretty much up to like, excuse me, you have to be able to know what the Urshifu is going to go into move wise, because if you get it wrong, then you know something is going to die. Sylveon's a decent enough switch in, but if it's banded, you're going to take close to 40% on it. So you just gotta,
poison jab.
Like 30 to 40, you gotta just be a little bit careful there. Setup Necrozma can be a bit of a problem here. Don't know, like, after one Dragon Dance, what the calc is on, like, Xizor on Hydreigon. Imagine it's not good for Hydreigon. Megalop is a free game. This is just a very offensive game, so a lot's gonna come down to the very first turn, and that first turn is like gonna kind of set the stage for a lot of the battles. So let's get into it. 3, 2, 1, go. Hydreigon and Necrozma.
Any weakness policy?
Yeah. Rock Polish, here we go. Okay, let's see.
Big setup early.
Brick Break, okay, here we go. Lopunny, Aegislash, and then the Moonlight. But I think the Aegislash here, it's just, yeah. So it can take, and now it's going to Shadow Ball back, and it will KO, because it's probably Specs. So, cool. Iris is able to hang on. Swellow gets Pursuit. Fun fact. I forgot about
Today
that.
I learned.
So it's turn 6 and we're down 3 mons out of 12.
High speed action.
That's definitely a switch. Icicle
I
Crash.
feel like there's a lot of predictions going right so far.
Yeah. Poison Jab. Like, see, look at that prediction, but... Ooh, look at that. Infatuated. So it's not Pixelate. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever seen a cute charm Sylveon run.
But it has, like, no damage. Or this is a super bulky Raikou. But because it's not running Pixelate, like, it's not running Hyper Voice, so...
I can just sit there and sub up.
I wonder how many Calm Minds you need to get through an AV Slowking Galar. Well, we're gonna find out. Oh, just 2.
And the sub lives.
Alright, Crimfinity should be going for a sub here. Yep. Alright, now you're pretty free to just... Yeah, Thunderbolt. Yeah, this should take it. Scald here. Or a Sphere, same idea.
Yeah, same concept.
Now you want to switch into like Scizor. I don't think you want to risk
Or
that.
you do want to risk it.
So you got the Fire Punch. Yeah, I was gonna die. Alright, I think this match may be over.
Just need Grass Punch.
Lives at -2. Oh no. Doesn't really matter. Urshifu can't win this. It's not enough damage to Moonblast will kill. Man.
I did not fall in love this time though.
That's true. So that's really, I really love this this Sylveon set to handle Urshifu. It's really cool. I think Crimfinity made a little bit of a mistake by letting Raikou go down. Because if you switch and you trade the Swallow there, you can bring in the Urshifu, which the Urshifu was Scarf. So you were gonna be able to always be able to do damage to it, and you can sack Scizor there because the Raikou will always 1v1 the Sylveon, and Swampert has enough HP to force the Mega Lopunny out, and then you can bring in Urshifu to do some giga damage. But it was
That's
still
what
a cool
Urshifu
match.
does. Just click buttons.
Yeah, that's what it does. Still a cool match. We're gonna take a look at the standings though. With that, we have one undefeated team still remaining, and then one defeated team still with us. But with a new coach, has 2 chances here to pick up a W. Sol though is standing at top 7-0, but maybe just as impressive. Look at the diff on Helix Fossil despite the loss.
I mean, honestly, the top 4 differentials are pretty good.
Yeah, these are really high. These guys are playing super well. And it's not that other coaches are playing bad. They're just ascended a little bit. So
Yeah.
This.
And similarly to Initiate, what are we at? 10 teams are in playoff contention now, and then 11 and 12 are not out of it by any means.
Yeah, here 11 and 12, maybe a little more out of it. Well, maybe not, because 8 through 10 also have
they're
really
only
low
one win
diffs.
behind 7.
Yeah, 8 through 10 also have really low diffs. So it's a lot to come back into. And right
depends on
now,
who plays
7 through only the top 16s have a positive win-loss record.
Mm-hmm.
But so, having said all that, taking a look at our kill leaders here, we have Hisui and Gudra and Mega Diancie at top. Hisui and Gudra is at top. I'm gonna repeat that.
As
Hisui
everyone
and Gudra
expected.
is at the top. It's actual insanity.
It almost has double the amount of kills as Urshifu single strike.
I can't believe it, but so Mega Gyarados is still chilling. Helix is probably hoping to pick up a few Mega Gyarados kills this week, just didn't work out when Heatran just popped off. But like, so the Mega Mile, Victini, Zygarde, everything else kind of makes sense here, except Obstagoon. I always forget about the Obstagoon. Dang you, Waka.
Best differential in the league. All I need to know. It's 15 points next season.
I can't believe it, dude. Okay, having said that, we're gonna pop into our last division. We're gonna look at them for recap. Let's take a look what we got here. So to start things off, we have the Cleveland Clamperls and the Miami Delphox, which we're gonna punt because this is our featured match. So next up, we have the Sunset Solrox, coached by Gradual, and the Columbus Gallade, coached by me. Luckily enough, this match happened like literally 10 minutes before we started recording, so everything's fresh in my mind. So that means when I tell it incorrectly, that's even worse. So let's see what was brought. You want to introduce the Solrox?
Sure. This week for the Sunset Solrox, we have the Rotom Wash, the Latios, the Mega Lopunny, Aromatisse, Weavile, and Registeel.
And then I brought Urshifu Single Strike, Nidoking, Mega Diancie, Vikavolt, Corviknight, and Poikumuku. So I haven't been spending too much time building week to week, so I kind of went with just the basic strategy of get webs down and break with Nidoking, and good things will happen if that happens. Mega Lopunny is really scary for this team. Like, Corviknight has to simultaneously deal with Mega Lopunny and Weavile, and it's not like Poikumuku can handle one of them too, but if like I have nothing really to deal with Latios either, so like I'm like stretched really thin defensively. Registeel does great at handling Mega Diancie. Can kinda handle Nidoking. Like, can easily take an Earth Power from a Nidoking. Aromatisse is here for Urshifu and only Urshifu. And Rotom Wash is like just a good pivot where I don't have anything to hit it like super hard, other than like maybe a Bandit Urshifu. So you can run almost full bulk. It's like totally fine. So the question like this match became down to is like, do I have everything set up and chipped in time for Urshifu and Mega Diancie to clean up, or does Mega Lopunny do the same back to me? And as we can see here, I take it 3-0, and the answer was basically Nidoking was able to just keep way too much pressure on the field. Like, Rotom Wash switched into a Sludge Wave, so it couldn't switch into another one. Latios switched into an Ice Beam, so when it killed Poikumuku, Larry was able to get the revenge, and Corviknight was just too bulky for Mega Lopunny and Weavile. Yeah, there's not much you could do at that point. And then once all that was dead, like, Mega Diancie was able to clean up without Urshifu's help.
Yeah, just like you predicted, Urshifu come in and clean up at the end.
Yeah.
All according to plan.
All according to, like, Keikaku or whatever the weebs say. All according to Cake. That's a Team 4-star joke. Alright, this was a forfeit match. Cool. Not much to say about it. Schedule early and often. Okay, here's a real match. Here we have the Republic City Fire Ferrets, coached by Claude9, going up against the Po-Town Puikamukus, coached by P. McGee. So taking a look at these teams here, we have the Tapu Koko for Claude9, Ferrothorn, Tornadus Therian, Sneasler, Victini, and Mega Blastoise.
And for P. McGee, we have the Tornadus Therian, Hippowdon, Amoonguss, the double fossil debut of Arctozolt Dracovish, and then the Alolan Ninetales.
Hang on one sec, we're updating Blastoise so we can see his pretty face. Alright, there he is. I guess Ferrothorn's like your Dracovish stop, but like This is weird. I don't know how to judge McGee's team because we have the Dracovish and Arctozolt. Oh, like this is just like barbarian mode. Let the fossils win the game.
Just needs to go first, and Voltbeak and Vicious Rend is the way to victory, I guess.
Yeah, but like, I don't know. Like, does Ferrothorn stop it enough of the times? Like, it can do a decent job holding off one or the other, but probably not both. But like, if you can stop the weather from happening, then like Coco's fine with dealing with it. Like Sneasler does a lot of damage to them. I don't know, let's just see what happened and we'll piece it together. Yeah. He's able to take it 1-0. Hey, was this a Sandstorm victory where Sandstorm took the last one out?
I'm not even sure.
I'm not either. This is just a weird team.
It is a very weird team. Honestly, both are fairly strange.
Yeah. So, well done.
I'm guessing McGee switched the
I think
RNG
he cheated.
switch,
I think
and
McGee
yeah,
cheated.
he used his lag switch on Claude.
Yeah,
So
way
Claude
to go,
clicked the
Cheats
wrong
McGee.
move, and
Way to go, Cheats McGee. Alright, so our next match, this is between the South Bend Snoms, coached by Wombat Baby, going up against the Thunderous from Down Underus, coached by Sparky. Here on Wombat's side, we have the Landorus, the Torkoal, Mega Houndoom, the Heliolisk, Scizor, and Slowbro.
And for Sparky, he has the Noivern, Slowking, Ursaluna, Blacephalon, Mega Aggron, and Clefable.
So, I'm looking at this matchup and like Mega Houndoom kind of just goes in. Like, it's faster than Blacephalon. It really messes with Mega Aggron and Slowking. Clefable doesn't want to switch into the fire moves, and Noivern doesn't want to switch into dark moves. So that's not even talking about if Sun's up from Torkoal.
Yeah, like Trick Room Ursaluna would be good if Torkoal and Slowbro couldn't both kind of like help with the Trick Room and deal with,
you can't Trick Room until both of them are gone, because Slowbro will switch into Ursaluna no problem,
and Torkoal could toss out a Solar Beam if it needed to.
It's much slower. Yeah, like I think we even see it in the match, like up against Mega Aggron. After a rapid spin, it's still slower than Mega Aggron. You know, just Torkoal things. It's a cool mon. I'm glad it has Drought, but like it still struggles.
Torkoal in Gen 3 ruined my life many times because I was a dumb kid.
Well, that explains it. Alright, so let's take a look. Yeah, Sparky keeps it to a 3-0, but Blacephalon actually was running Rock Blast to catch the Mega Houndoom, and it did, so that was pretty cool.
That's a nice piece of I didn't even know Blacephalon got Rock Blast.
Yeah, it has a nice physical move pool, actually.
Very limited special move pool.
I mean, it has 3 special attacks, a Psychic one, a Ghost one, and Fire ones. But yeah, Torkoal goes down relatively quick, but like it didn't matter. Like Houndoom was and Heliolisk, you know, they put in a little bit of work, and all of a sudden, like Clefable goes down, Mega Aggron goes down, and just wasn't able to keep any pressure up once things went down. And Scizor just isn't gonna die to a lot of these things. Like,
no, like unless you have a
KO Slowking real easily. Blacephalon takes plenty of damage from Bullet Punch, so like it's an offensive Ultra Beast where, yeah, I don't have defenses, guys. Sorry. So well done by Wombat Baby. Sparky and I get to play week 9, so I'm looking forward to going down the bear.
Poor Sparky. Can't believe he's gonna forfeit week 9.
He better. Oh yeah, we didn't talk about that. I finally won a match 7 weeks in.
And yet you're 4-3.
Don't worry about it. Alright, so here we have another new friend. This is the Shannon Shamans, coached by Parik.
Parik?
Parik. You're gonna have to help me with the pronunciation there. But going up against Jidon, the Heat Sets Inc. And let's take a look at what we brought. Nothing is loading, so the question then becomes, what did I mess up? We'll see if I can diagnose it real quickly. Oh, that would probably be why. Okay, their match isn't in there. So I'm going to tell you what we're going to do on this one. We're going to make an exception, and then week 8 we're going to come back and talk about this match. This match did happen.
It did.
But I don't have time to parse it out and put it in. Not while on the fly. So we're going to move on. Sorry about that. We will come back and talk about it, I promise you. Last and certainly not least, this is a match between A12 and Black 117, the Arkham City Delibirds going up against the LA Nido Kings. So here on A12 side, we have the Zarude, Terrakion, Slowbro, Torterra, Mandibuzz, and Deoxys Speed.
Black 117 brought the Raikou, Hydreigon, Mew, Vaporeon, Nidoqueen, and Kartana. So anything less than a Raikou 6-0, I will be disappointed.
I think A12 would literally leave the league. It just straight up leave the server, never to be seen from again.
Retire from draft leagues forever.
So this is like real interesting because you have the Deoxys Speed going up against the Mew, and it's like, how are we gonna mold each other to fit in here? You're going up against the Rude, so like setup or like CP Mews out of the question. So at least you can rule that set out.
You can run some like fun in prison set to stop Deoxys from getting up hazards.
You could. Deoxys is perfectly capable of running like a nasty plot set this week too.
That is
like,
true.
I think you can get by with like a psychic move, Shadow Ball, and something to hit Hydreigon. I think it has Focus Blast, but then you're playing the 70% game, and that's spooky.
Right, it's definitely gonna miss when you go for it.
Because you have to use that to, well, if you nasty plot, I bet you can hit Kartana. The thing with Deoxys Speed is I don't have a good grasp of like where the cutoff is on like when Scarfs don't hit it anymore. Because like I don't think like a Scarfed Mew will reach Deoxys Speed. Maybe, but I don't think so.
I don't think so, because it would be like
Gets up to like
it's 150 base 150, right?
Yeah, it gets up to like 475.
And Deoxys Speed's 180, so
that's not how speeds work.
I don't like how it doesn't work.
Like a base 150 speed is much faster than just like 1.5 times what like Mew would be. So Mew's 328 plus 1 puts it at 492 and 504. So yeah. 105 speed is when Scarfs start to outspeed it. So Raikou could outspeed. Kartana could outspeed. Like that's probably really important to know that Kartana with Scarf can outspeed.
We're just out here spreading knowledge.
Yeah, see, now you know. So going back and forth, this match actually starts off with like a nasty plot Deoxys Speed, which does a fair amount of breaking. Like it hits something real hard. It picks up a KO. Maybe it was on the Mew. But like so that's kind of sets everything for the match until eventually Zarude's able to clean up. Like it was a Scarf Zarude, and like Kartana struggles to get through things like Torterra and Mandibuzz this match. Like it can, don't get me wrong, or at least get through Torterra. Mandibuzz, it's a lot harder. So A12 is able to deliver the first loss to Black 117. So that's pretty cool. So well done, day 12, and now I think everyone has at least one L hanging over them. So we're gonna take a look here at this featured match. This is a match between Yahoodles and the Huge Power team and Fac Luigi. So here on Yahoodle's side, we have Barrascuda, Celesteela, Azumarill, Megamile, Lycanroc, and Diggersby.
And for Fac Luigi, they have the Mega Gallade, the Gourgeist, the Kyurem, Crocodile, Zapdos, and Toxtricity.
So, you know, Toxtricity kind of looks like fun, but like everything just kind of like dies here, honestly.
Both sides.
Yeah.
You got like a Celesteela and a Gourgeist as like, I guess, and
That's
Zapdos as like your potentially bulkier mons.
Even Zapdos can like take 2 liquidations. I don't know. That's tough. Let's see what happens. So we're gonna get into this. Normal speed. 3, 2, 1, go. And so we have the Azumarill lead, Crocodile lead. So that's cool. Get up Stealth Rocks. Trading it for player off. Crit. 100% mattered.
Yeah, after the Intimidate.
Gourgeist. So we switch into the Zapdos. Okay, that's kind of nice. Not sure you want to risk the Maw-Isle. Oh, it's Thunder. It's Stone Edge. What's happening here?
Everything's dying. It's turn 3, and now we have a Huge Power Gourgeist. And it takes the Culver Berry.
Oh, and we get the Flame Charge.
Knock
Look
off.
at this. It's ready to go. It's got the Huge Power.
Huge Power, +1 Speed Gourgeist, turn 5, 3 months.
Power Whip. Easy KO with the Huge Power. Let's go. Let's go. What do you have that Celesteela Flame Charge again?
The Poltergeist miss.
No,
Oh.
the Poltergeist miss.
This
It was
is
gonna do
just
a lot
chaos.
of damage. Doesn't matter because Toxtricity does maybe a minimum of like 3,000 damage there. Stone Edge misses. Overdrive KOs. Let's go. Let's go. Barrascuda easily KOs. Alright, another crit. Freeze-Drive.
It's just they're just trading every turn.
Oh, player off KO. There we go. Oh my god, this is amazing. This is what Pokemon's all about. This is how I imagine the anime was.
Now this is pod racing.
13 turns.
13
For one
turns,
victory.
11 mons died.
This is maybe my favorite match of the season. I'm not kidding.
Yeah, you just can't beat. Just pedal to the floor. Huge power Gourgeist. Like
Alright, so we're gonna jump over to the standings now. Like, that was the coolest thing. I want to know what the what size Gourgeist was that? Small.
small Gourgeist.
Curious. I'm curious. I will run the calc. Gourgeist, small. So offensive. No item. And we're gonna go to just a defensive Celesteela. Let's just see. Poltergeist to a defensive one, so this is like no defense investment, just HP.
Mm-hmm.
Poltergeist with huge power does 65 to 77%.
Gross.
That's awesome. That is awesome. For Flame Charge itself was doing like 39 to 47. Oh my goodness. The way that match was going too, that probably would have critted. Okay, anywho. We'll get back into it. Taking a look at the standings here. Another division, another super tight playoff race.
Yeah, I know A12 is gunning for complete chaos, which is what it is right now.
I think he has it, honestly. So we have what's this? 5 teams at 4 and 3. 2 of them tied at 1 diff each, and then two of them right above them at 2 diffs. Very cool.
Big Claude with 10 different.
And then there's Claude, who's actually winning his games by a real margin. And then Gidon and Black are probably pretty comfortable. Like, Black's in playoffs for sure. Gidon, if he isn't, one more win will do it for sure.
Yeah, and that's not including the match that happened with Parag.
Yeah.
So if that's a win, looking already good because that's plus 14 with more differential on top.
Exactly. So
Pretty sweet.
Spike is 3 and 4 with a 0 diff. And Gradual's 3 and 4 with -2. They're very much still in this playoff race. You know, they win 2 more matches, and all of a sudden they're, you know, punching their ticket to the postseason.
Yeah,
Sparky and
and I'm
Wombat
sure
are,
some of these 4 and 3 teams are playing each other. So
yeah, and Sparky and Wombat are probably out. I think you're going to need 5 wins to make postseason, which would then put Periarch and Noir out as well. So let's take a look at our kill leaders here. We still have the race going nice and strong between Ursaluna and Dracovish. Ursaluna is edging it out with 20 KOs to 19.
And you get to play both of them in the last 2 weeks.
I know. So we'll see whose check clears to let more KOs through. But we have like 20 and 19. This is how you do it.
Yeah,
This is
Initiate
7
top
kills.
kills 10 with like 3, and then this
I
one
know.
has a 20 and 19 and 11.
Just different play styles. But so Infernape at 11, like Weavile at 10, like a Coco. Moltres Galar is kind of surprising to see up there. Everything else looks up there normally
Yeah,
anyway. Like,
Machamp at 11. I'm here for it.
yep, you can't see it, but it's just hiding right underneath. Both scissor forms, so it's really cool. Alright guys, that's all we have though. If you've made it with us this far, thank you. Really appreciate you sticking it out with us. Once again, I'm Dr. Geo. With me is
Hysterikally.
and we'll catch you next week. Peace.
See ya.